Most men never become who they were meant to be. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they spend their entire lives chasing approval. Approval from friends, approval from family, approval from strangers on the internet, approval from people who aren't even living the life they want. And without realizing it, they become prisoners. Prisoners of opinions, prisoners of expectations, prisoners of validation. The moment your happiness depends on somebody else's approval, you've handed them power over your life. And power once given away is difficult to get back. Think about a lion. Have you ever seen a lion ask permission before it hunts? Does it look around for applause before it attacks? Does it wait for approval before it moves? No. It trusts its instincts. It acts. It moves with certainty. And that's why it commands respect. The strongest men in the world don't need validation. They don't need constant recognition. They don't need everyone to understand them, because they understand themselves. And that changes everything. There was a young man who wanted to start something meaningful. A business, a dream, a new path. But every time he talked about it, people laughed. They doubted him. They told him it wouldn't work. So he stopped. Not because the dream was impossible, because he cared too much about what others thought. Years passed. His life stayed the same. Then one day he realized something. The people whose approval he wanted weren't building his future. He was. The moment he stopped seeking validation and started trusting himself, everything changed. Not overnight, but steadily. Because confidence is built through action, not approval. Psychologically, human beings are wired to seek acceptance. Thousands of years ago, being rejected from the tribe could mean death. But today, that same wiring often keeps people trapped. Trapped in jobs they hate. Trapped in relationships they have outgrown. Trapped in lives they never wanted. All because they're afraid of judgment. But here's the truth. People will judge you anyway. If you take action, they'll judge you. If you stay still, they'll judge you. If you succeed, they'll judge you. If you fail, they'll judge you. So why let their opinions decide your future? A soldier doesn't ask the battlefield if he's ready. He prepares. He commits. He moves forward. That's what strength looks like. Strength is not loud. Strength is not showing off. Strength is having the courage to follow your path even when nobody claps. Especially when nobody claps. Because the most important victories happen in silence. The gym session nobody saw. The early morning nobody witnessed. The sacrifice nobody noticed. The discipline nobody praised. Those are the moments that build a man. Not attention. Not validation. Not applause. The problem with validation is that it's addictive. The more you get, the more you need. One compliment becomes 10. 10 become 100. 100 become 1,000. And eventually, your self-worth becomes dependent on external approval. That's a dangerous place to live. Because people are inconsistent. One day they praise you. The next day they criticize you. If your confidence depends on them, your confidence will always be fragile. But when your confidence comes from your actions, nobody can take it away. Not criticism. Not rejection. Not failure. Because it's built on something real. Think about fire. A small flame doesn't ask permission to burn. It simply burns. And as it burns, it grows stronger. Your purpose should be the same. Your mission should be the same. You don't need permission to improve. You don't need approval to grow. You don't need validation to become the person you're capable of becoming. You only need commitment. The strongest version of yourself is waiting on the other side of that decision. The decision to stop explaining yourself. The decision to stop seeking approval. The decision to stop living for an audience. Most people spend their entire lives trying to be liked. Very few spend their lives trying to become great. And that's why greatness is rare. Because greatness often requires standing alone, walking a different path, making choices that others don't understand, being misunderstood before being respected. The storm doesn't ask for approval before it arrives. The eagle doesn't ask permission before it flies above the clouds. The lion doesn't seek validation before it hunts. And neither should you. You have dreams for a reason. You have goals for a reason. You have potential for a reason. Stop waiting for someone else to believe in you. Believe in yourself first. Because once you stop needing validation, something powerful happens. You stop hesitating. You stop second-guessing. You stop living according to other people's expectations. You become free. Free to build. Free to grow. Free to fail. Free to succeed. Free to become who you were meant to be. And a man who is truly free is dangerous in the best possible way. Because he cannot be controlled by praise. He cannot be controlled by criticism. He cannot be controlled by opinions. He moves with purpose. He moves with conviction. He moves with certainty. And that's why he becomes unstoppable. So stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for approval. Stop looking around for validation. Look within. Trust yourself. Commit to your path. And keep moving. Because the man who doesn't need validation already possesses a power most people will never understand. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I don't need approval to win. So that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will become unstoppable by trusting yourself instead of seeking validation.